Hello YouTube. I wanted to do a quick video on can you daily drive modern classics? And of course the answer is yes to that. But I first wanted to mention, here it is, November 7th, 2021, and it is like 65 degrees here in Madison, Wisconsin, or I'm in Oregon, Wisconsin, just south of Madison. And last year on the same date, I believe it was 11/7/2020, it was like 70 degrees and I did a YouTube video, but nevertheless, I want to get on with this one. I came with a concept of driving used cars, instead of buying new, driving used cars that hold their value. And this all took place, I had a 2017 Subaru Forester. And I was, had a I think it was $700 car payment. And, that was bothering me, the car payment. And so I decided to sell that new car, or sell that newish car, and drive used cars because they hold their value, or the depreciation is wrung out of them. And I did my research and I came up with this here. This is a 2004 Lexus LS 430. These are a very dependable. I did my research online and YouTube videos, and there's glowing reports on these, and I would have to be one of them. Now, I know the maintenance, it's a luxury vehicle and the maintenance is higher on these vehicles. This particular model or copy I got out of Minnesota with 48,000 original miles. It was a older gentleman, a snowbird, who drove it in the summer in Minneapolis, or a little suburb there just outside of Minneapolis, and then he spent his winters in Florida, so it was not driven in the winters. And so I had a hard time driving this in the winter. I just didn't feel right about it because it's so clean and in good shape. So I bought this then. So that was in February of 18. So fast forward to April of 19, I bought this 2005 Honda Element. This has got a 5-speed manual transmission in it. And I bought it because of the manual transmission and because I believe there's a cult following and they hold their value. And it serves as my little work vehicle. So I figured I could pile the miles on this while holding the value on my Lexus. And so that was working just fine. So, however, my concept of owning modern classics and daily driving them, and they hold their value, I continued to look for cars. And lo and behold, this 99 Jeep Cherokee popped on the market. I contacted the seller and in Milwaukee, and drove to Milwaukee. And by the time I got there, they had an offer sight unseen over the $3,500 that they were asking. So I gave them $4,000 and drove home with it. But this car is another one that's in excellent shape, and I drove it in the winter, or shared the winter driving with these other vehicles, defrayed kind of the winter miles, so it wouldn't get the bulk of the winter driving. And but still, because it's so clean, I had a little guilt trip with driving it. So that's kind of why this thing gets most of the winter driving. But I'm going to get to the whole driving modern classics. This is all part of the whole process here in this video. As I bought this, then I kept shopping, and that was in, let's see, that was in probably March of 20. So just a year and a half ago. And then in May, this 94 Acura Legend coupe, this also has a 6-speed manual transmission. These are coveted, and I had been searching. This one popped up in northern Wisconsin, up in, I think it's Menominee Falls, or, yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I think it was Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. Anyways, I bought this vehicle for about $3,800. I know no one's going to believe me, but that's what I paid. So, and as I mentioned, I paid $4,000 for that, and I paid $3,800 for $4,000. I know that's ironic that I paid right about the same for all three of these, but that's what happened. But this 94 Legend coupe was well under market, and I was fortunate to get it. It's got 124,000 miles on it, And so I drive these. I drive these cars. I split the miles up. Less than 5,000 a year. Let's say I rotate. I drive this a week. I drive this 1 week. I drive this 1 week. And then this rare bird popped up on Bring a Trailer. Now, I did not get a good deal on this. I did not. I paid 20 grand for this on Bring a Trailer. Started out low, as all the bids do, and ended up having to pay 20 grand for this. Now, this is a one owner, or was, I'm the second owner now, a Volvo V70R with the 6-speed manual transmission. It's got 86,000 miles on it, and it's in excellent shape. It does have a few little dings and nicks and scratches like any 13, 14-year-old car would. But point being is, for the price of a new car, I have all of these cars, say 12, 4, 4, 4, that's 24, 34, 44. I guess that is a lot of money. I have 44 wrapped up in these cars, but it's all paid for. I have no car payments. And so kind of the moral to the story is, can you buy modern classics and drive modern classics to the price of a new? And I contend you can. Now, the debate is, well, I'll just buy a new car and I won't have the maintenance that you have and the insurance you have. Well, that's true. That's true. I probably have more maintenance. Not much, because I try to do as much as I can. They're in decent shape, so it's not like there's some deferred maintenance, a little here and there, but not much. So I do understand that. But the new car would have a car payment, more than likely. These I have no car payment on. I bought them over time, as you can tell, from over the 3.5, 4 years, I've bought all these cars. So I was able to save the money and was able to pay cash for them. So the argument there is no car payment, yes, more maintenance and more insurance. But for new car, I do understand. You'd be like, hey, I don't have any maintenance. Everything's handled, and I get the latest technology for sure. I can't argue that point. But if you bought a 44, like I would say $45,000 car, or 50, in no time at all, your 50 is going to be 30, and then 25. So it's a depreciating asset. I'm not even sure it's an asset. It's pretty much a depreciating liability. So you're turning 50 grand into 30 in no time, and probably in 24 months, 36 months. These cars are all going up in value, or holding their own. I know it's debatable. This is probably going down slightly, but I could probably sell it for what I paid for. I paid 12. I think it's worth 10 or more. Might even be 12. I'm not even sure. I wouldn't sell it for 12 because I like it too much. So to me, it's worth more than that. So this Element I paid 4. I believe it's worth 5. I've done some customizing to it. I have more into it because I did about $1,100 interior. I did some other bits that not every buyer is going to be interested in. So I'm not willing to sell it for anything less than 5. I'm not even sure I would sell it. This I paid 4, as I mentioned. These are in demand, in good original condition. I'm going to guess it's worth twice that, maybe 3 times that. I don't know. People are nuts. So I wouldn't even sell it for that. So so we'll add these up. This I paid 38, and it's probably worth 3 times that, so that's debatable, but that's what I would suggest it's worth. That's held its value. I'm going to suggest it might even have gone up slightly. Depends on I would put that on Bring a Trailer, or if I had some local guy who said, hey, I gotta have it, and I might sell that, but it would have to be more than 20 or 21 for me to even think about. Point being, that's held its value, that's tripled in value, that's tripled in value, that's held its value, and that's similar. So you add these up, and all these cars over 4 years are worth more than when I bought them by significant amount. You buy a new car over 4 years, and it's worth significantly less. So that's my argument. I understand. You're like, hey, you got a 3-car garage. Where am I going to put my cars? I understand. But it's not like you couldn't do the research and get yourself 2 modern classics that you like, albeit maybe it's a 99 Jeep and a 94 Acura, or Honda Accord, some rare Accord or some rare Volvo, or not rare per se, but modern classic. I don't know what it would be. Maybe the LS 400, the previous gen to this. Maybe it's the GX 470, which is the SUV version of this. Maybe it's an Element that you buy for $5,000 and slowly keep it going, and it holds its value. These Grand Cherokees, which I've had a couple of them, they're starting to become coveted for some reason. I don't quite see it, but whatever, to each his own. You'd have to do your research and see what's going on there. And these, I should mention this. This is another car that I've had. I had prior to my this whole theory of driving modern classics, daily driving them. This is a '02 Tacoma that I put miles on. So boil this down. Can you drive modern classics daily? Of course you can. And I think it makes sense monetarily, and these are all fun. Yeah, and the new cars have a lot more technology, but god darn it, these are so much funner to drive. Not funner, I'm not going to say that. That's a personal opinion. These are fun to drive in their own way. So there you have it. That's my way I'm rolling. Heck, you never know. Tomorrow I might buy a new car and sell every damn one of them. I don't know. But this is the way I'm rolling right now, and I enjoy every minute of it. Thanks for checking it out.